Palpitations are not a pleasant sensation. Women experiencing them can actually feel their heart beating. For some, it is just the awareness of their heart at work. For others, it feels like their heart is pounding, racing, or skipping a beat. Unfortunately, it's a common experience for women in the menopausal transition. So let's chat all things palpitations today on Menopause Natural Solutions. This is episode 170. Welcome to Menopause Natural Solutions, your podcast for all things perimenopause, menopause and beyond. Stay tuned as your host, Naturopath Jennifer Harrington, explains how to use natural therapies to find your ultimate health and happiness during your transition. Hello and thank you for your company today. Today's topic was chosen due to my week of palpitations. Palpitations are not new to me, but after a long break from them, I'm not happy to experience them again. I first experienced them around 2020 when I was having very heavy menstrual bleeds due to my fibroid and I was anemic. It was around this time I discovered the true value of electrolytes. If you haven't yet tried my 7-day electrolyte challenge, you need to. To do this, you need to find a clean electrolyte product. By clean, I mean no artificial colours, flavours, preservatives, or sugars. Take a daily dose for 7 days and see how you feel afterwards. If you can't find a clean electrolyte, try adding a pinch of the cleanest natural salt you can find to a glass of water. If the salty taste is off-putting to you, I like adding grated ginger and a squeeze of fresh lemon to taste. If you experience health benefits such as reduced palpitations, more energy, better sleep, less headaches, and less brain fog, then don't stop after 7 days. Keep going. But I got off track. Back then, correcting my iron levels and adding electrolytes resolved my problem with palpitations. But last week they came back. I noticed them when I was in bed at night while trying to get to sleep, and a handful of times I woke during the night with them. I noticed something very interesting, and that is my palpitations were worse when I lay on my left side, and that they improved when I rolled over. So I looked into sleeping position and found that it can make a difference for some women. The thought is that left-sided sleeping stimulates the vagal nerve, sending abnormal electrical signals to the heart. I'm not 100% sure this is solid science, but I can tell you from first-hand experience that changing my sleep position helps me, and it may help you too, so it's something to consider. Going back to last week, a few unusual things happened for me. I was away. I had more stress than usual. I drank more coffee than usual. I didn't take my supplements or my electrolytes. I know I'm not alone when it comes to experiencing palpitations. Research indicates that 42% of perimenopausal and 54% of postmenopausal women experience them. So I'm in good company. For the vast majority of us, it's not serious, but I always recommend speaking to your doctor about them. Since I've been home, I've cleaned up my diet, reduced my coffee consumption, restarted my electrolytes, restarted paced respiration, a breathing exercise I personally find effective for stress management, and I've reduced the intensity of my palpitations by about half. But I'm still seeing my doctor tomorrow to rule out anything more sinister. Let's start at the serious end. If with your palpitations you are also experiencing shortness of breath, chest pain, chest tightening, or dizziness, it's best to head straight to emergency. If not, then book an appointment with your regular doctor. They can check your medications, as some medications can cause palpitations. They can investigate for other conditions such as hyperthyroidism that can also produce palpitations, and rule out other cardiovascular issues such as arrhythmias. Once you are cleared of anything more serious, it's time to look at your diet and lifestyle. These factors increase the risk of palpitations. Blood sugar irregularities, dehydration and low electrolyte status, low iron anemia, blood pressure issues, stress, anxiety or panic, being inactive, caffeine consumption, alcohol consumption, smoking or vaping, taking recreational drugs, left-sided sleeping, and sleep apnea. So you can see that I ticked a couple of those boxes last week with the caffeine consumption, the stress, possibly dehydrated, maybe not eating the best, maybe some blood sugar irregularities. So I guess all in all, it's not surprising that they came back, and I'm certainly working on reducing them. Once you've addressed all of these factors, if you're still experiencing palpitations, you may like to consider herbal medicine. Many of them are indicated with palpitations, but probably the most specific herb for menopausal palpitations is motherwort, although this one isn't a good option for me. Remember that all herbs, supplements, and medications come with cautions, contraindications, and interactions. In my case, I have low blood pressure, which is the caution with this herb. Pregnancy is a contraindication, and it interacts with blood thinning medication. So possibly work with a practitioner to make sure that it's safe for you. Motherwort is a hormonal tonic and a cardiovascular tonic. It may be a useful consideration for the woman experiencing hot flushes and palpitations, especially if you experience more of a racing heartbeat, tachycardia style palpitation. Other potential benefits include reduced anxiety, better sleep, improved menstrual blood flow with less cramps for those amongst us who are still menstruating. As it's a bitter herb, it also has the potential to improve liver function and digestion overall. Palpitations may be common, but they are not normal. Once you have ruled out anything serious, don't learn to live with them. Instead, learn how to improve them and live without them. If you need a hand with this, I'm here to help. I'll leave a link to book a consultation on the show notes. Well, it's been wonderful chatting with you again this week. Until next time, bye for now. Thank you for listening to Menopause Natural Solutions. This podcast contains general information about menopause. It is provided as a guide, and it is not intended to replace medical advice. Opinions of guests are their own, and this podcast does not endorse or accept responsibility for statements made by guests. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please share it with a friend.